happens when the peace-loving, harmonious Libra meets the intense, dark, and mysterious Scorpio? We're about to dive into a story of shadow and light. Libra, with their affinity for balance and fairness, meets Scorpio, the sign that has peered deeply into the darker corners of the soul. Together, these two have much to teach each other. Scorpio has already navigated the intense terrain of emotional depths, and Scorpio holds a key to mysteries that Libra is just beginning to explore in this lifetime. Scorpio's offered Libras a profound understanding of life's deeper truths. And they don't bring to the table judgment, like with many other encounters Libras will have, but they bring empathy and understanding. Throughout this relationship, Libra is constantly drinking from Scorpio's well of wisdom. Libras are constantly challenging ideas and engaging in mental gymnastics. They thrive on lively debates and paradoxical puzzles. Yet it is exactly this sense of intellectual stimulation that is needed to unravel Scorpio's deeply hidden truths. But this relationship has its difficulties as much as it has its good times. Scorpio is a fixed sign, meaning they carry with them an unwavering sense of certainty, whereas Libra on the other end is a cardinal sign, constantly looking for new ways to innovate and new ways to achieve balance and fairness. So when Scorpio's fixed views challenge Libra's ideals of harmony, things get very difficult in this relationship. However, despite occasional misunderstandings between these two, there is also a lot of moments for growth for both of them. Scorpio could find Libra's optimism a little bit irritating and annoying. But it is this exact way of seeing life that keeps Libra's chin up during the difficult times of life. It's important to understand that Libra's positivity isn't just an act. It's a real, true, and genuine attempt to stay objective and hopeful no matter what the circumstances are. So on the one end, Scorpio can dive into the darkness. And in this relationship, they're constantly inspired by Libra's ability to keep a positive outlook on life. Libra believes in infinite possibilities. Just make a definitive statement around them and watch what happens. Chances are they'll probably argue an opposite view, propose a compromise somewhere in the middle, or possibly even validate both perspectives at the same time. Libras are hardwired to see every side of an issue. This is why they represent fairness and equal representation. But the issue is that considering inputs from infinite angles can kind of tie you up in a bit of an unreality knot. The thing is, Scorpio is nobody's fool. They have a very strong sense of skepticism. Scorpio can also sometimes see that Libra's easygoing demeanor and friendliness can be a low-key, cunning manipulation tactic that they use to get what they want. The thing is, Libras are genuinely nice people most of the time, but they also have this hidden talent for charming and finessing situations in such a way to align with their hidden agenda. For Libra, it's like a subtle art form. They ooze charisma. They radiate persuasive warmth. And they lull you into casually going along under the guise of harmless cooperation. The next thing you know, a Libra has nudged you along a path that they've wanted you to follow all along. Most people don't even realize the sneaky social jiu-jitsu that Libras can pull, but not a Scorpio. With their razor-sharp intuition and their strong perception, they quickly sniff out a Libra's silky mind games. They can also identify their motives from a mile away. Maybe a Libra can get away with it every now and then, but a Scorpio believes, burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, not a chance. So they quickly develop an immunity to the sugary sweet words of Libra, and this can really get to a Libra, especially when their words are able to get them what they want most of the time with every other zodiac sign. The thing is that a Scorpio can pull the exact same game. They can slink into a charismatic side of themselves and exude social finesse, literally just as skillfully as a Libra if they wanted to. The thing is that a Scorpio is not a Libra, so they do not have scales that tip. So Scorpio, with their fixed nature, can remain this fixed, persistent guys a lot better than what a Libra can. But often a Scorpio gets caught up in a game, and then their very own play is exactly what burns them. So they can act all happy, radiant, and charming, but then keep the Libra oblivious to their true emotional needs. Libras are amazing at analyzing concrete things, stocks, politics, legal arcana, but scrutinizing the human soul, not so much their forte. So for example, a Libra might be sweet about Scorpio's weird phobias, but it may never even occur to them to gently ask why that fear or that phobia exists. Scorpios might have just been waiting forever for someone to care enough to hear that surprisingly deep, vulnerable story. The psychologically intense experience that sparked the trauma. See, this is the stuff that Scorpio lives for sharing and unburdening. So while Libras may not always instinctively nurture those raw emotional depths for the Scorpio, at least Scorpio has the sensitivity and care to make the Libra feel truly seen and understood at a soul level. Let's dive into the dynamics between a Libra woman and a Scorpio man. A Libra woman is logical and brilliant, but good luck to her trying to figure out what her brooding Scorpio man is truly feeling by just looking at his facial expressions. He's a complete mystery, always hiding his deepest truths behind an impassive mask. Even if he loves her, he'll only share a limited part of himself. The Libra lady craves novelty, authority, and constant mental stimulation just as much as physical intimacy. Simply keeping house is way too unstimulating for her restless philosophical spirit. Capturing her man's heart may have satisfied her for a while, but eventually her desire to explore and conquer the world will reignite. She aches for a domestic partnership, but also the thrill of adventure and conquering the world beyond. She's torn between being a homemaker and an adventurer, constantly conflicted by these opposing callings. Only the rarest kind of partner can truly satisfy her duality. For this couple, money will be their ever-present third wheel, hijacking every conversation. With Scorpio ruling shared finances and Libra's entwinement with money, the dollar will create constant tension and pressure. The best thing I can advise for this combination is that they keep separate bank accounts for the start. It's quite essential for this particular astrological pairing. The Libra needs to spread her wings in the workplace if she wants to, and her Scorpio man must enthusiastically support her, not resist it. The indecisive Libra may waver before pursuing her truth, but that's just her process of weighing both sides. When it comes to conflict and difficult times, the Scorpio man will think he's retreated into his lone wolf inner world through long periods of somber solitude. But that's when the Libra woman's masculine essence will reemerge. She'll either respond with consistent agreeableness and a yes dear, or bombard him with bossy demands that make him question who really holds the power in this relationship. Often, the Scorpio man's detached, blunt criticism easily triggers the Libra woman's deep insecurities. The Libra woman will need all her legendary grace and diplomacy to tolerate his mood swings and long stretches of impenetrable silence concealing profound depths. A Libra woman must understand that when the dark nights of a Scorpio man's soul descends, impatiently and pushily just telling him, just talk to me, baby, really won't help. There's really no getting through to the Scorpio man. When a Scorpio man goes quiet, he's on a journey into his own subconscious. You must disturb him only at your own risk. At best, the Scorpio man will give you an icy death stare telling you to leave him alone, and he will talk to you when he chooses. At worst, he might banish you to the underworld for ages. But if things are really meant to work out for them, the Libra woman will become accustomed and used to the Scorpio man's shifting moods. This might not be easy for her. She will have to undergo a deep process of coming to terms with what she's dealing with, but she can totally do it. With just the right amount of balance and consideration, the Libra woman can literally achieve anything she sets her mind to. If a Libra and Scorpio have a lot of negative placements in their synastry or composite charts, this will make for quite a difficult and troubling relationship. Imagine you're dealing with a Scorpio who's fallen into bad habits like drinking or drugs, and you're dealing with a Libra who loves non-stop partying and superficial social scenes. Together, this is a recipe for chaos. Libra's love for constant entertainment creates the perfect setting to fuel Scorpio's hidden addictions. One moment he's enjoying the party vibe, and the next, he's lost in a world of empty pursuits. Life seems to tempt Scorpios into darker paths. And the lively Libra knows just how to push those buttons, whether she means to or not. For them to make it together, he needs to be an extraordinary Scorpion, strong and purposeful, able to avoid temptations. She needs to be an extraordinary Libra too, emotionally wise and above shallow pleasures. Even then, it's tough. He might always wonder if she's hiding her true self behind a facade of niceties. Her motives might seem unclear, but Scorpio's sharp instincts are always on alert. She's often puzzled by his ability to be so secretive, always avoiding direct answers. What secrets is he hiding? Her curious nature will keep her constantly trying to uncover the truth behind his mysterious demeanor, and there will be times when he stubbornly refuses to explain his unusual decisions, asking her to just trust his judgment, which is often correct, despite its mystery. Over time, it may be easier for her to try to simply go along with his demands rather than question his motives, which can frustrate a Libra who likes to understand everything. This couple, if they're solid and they've been together for quite a while, they're usually headed towards marriage. There's no casual commitments for the Libra woman. She's not satisfied with temporary arrangements. Although she might consider living together for a while, eventually she'll want full commitment from him, sealed with marriage vows, or she'll move on to pursue another big passion in her life or career. But the Libra woman needs to know that her relationship is meant to last a lifetime, or she will not be fully invested in it. Scorpio is super determined to fulfill the Libra woman's deepest desires for intensity, passion, and deep devotion. However, there's one thing she yearns for that he struggles to provide: spontaneous declarations of undying love. She craves those passionate affirmations, but his hesitant words only make her worry that he doesn't truly feel love. In reality, his fierce loyalty and intense passions are how he shows his love, but he finds it hard to express in words. She needs these verbal reassurances to feel secure, though. To maintain harmony, the Libra woman must relax her demands for him to express his feelings openly, while the Scorpio man should try to offer more verbal affirmations to soothe her fears of being abandoned. His mysterious allure attracts many other women, which only fuels her jealousy. Let's have a look at the relationship between a Libra man and Scorpio woman. The Libra man's gentle nature might surprise a Scorpio woman, but there's a very valuable reason why a Libra man has more feminine traits. He's emotionally open, like a man who isn't afraid to cry, and this doesn't make him less masculine. Likewise, a woman with strong convictions and courage isn't less feminine. Libra, a sign that's known for its affinity for partnership, whether in business or romance, naturally gravitates towards marriage. Libras who remain single often feel a deep sense of longing, dreaming about the joy of being in love. For a Libra man, marriage holds a special value. However, challenges arise with a Scorpio wife's intense emotions and possessiveness. Her jealousy isn't just a passing feeling, it's a deep-seated need that drives her to constantly seek reassurances of his loyalty. She might struggle with even the slightest suspicion of infidelity, and her probing nature leaves no stone unturned. And this becomes even more complicated considering the typical Libra man's gentle, romantic demeanor and charm, which can attract unwelcome attention from others. Once married, he must be careful to not encourage any misunderstandings about his intentions. A Libra man might think that he can handle a Scorpio woman's intense reactions, but if he ever hurts her deeply, her responses can be surprisingly sharp and painful. Even though he sees himself as a peacemaker, skilled in resolving conflicts, he might find that in his own home, he's better off seeking help from an impartial mediator to navigate disputes with his fiercely proud Scorpio wife. She makes it clear that his charm won't work on her, telling him bluntly to not try and charm her, that she can see right through him. A Libra-Scorpio relationship is one of the relationships that conflict is very difficult for them to resolve on their own. So more often than not, getting a third party or a mediator or possibly someone like a couples counselor can help them resolve a lot of their challenges. But the issue here is that often the Scorpio in the relationship might be a little bit too stubborn and would not want this third-party intervention. This can be problematic because often third-party intervention is what is required for healing to occur within the relationship. The Libra man is a true romantic at heart, eager to shower his beloved with affection and admiration. These qualities ignite a Scorpio woman's intense desire to fully claim and be consumed by a Libra man's love. At first, her overwhelming passion can dominate their intimate moments, challenging the Libra man's wish for a more balanced connection. Yet, he will patiently guide her towards a more balanced exchange, aiming for a harmonious blend of their masculine and feminine energies. The intellectual discussions between a Libra man and Scorpio woman can get heated, as he will do well to recognize when she retreats into silence, indicating she's reached her limit. While she may occasionally erupt, her mastery of subtle influence plays a crucial role in calming any disturbances, often through barely noticeable suggestions that he absorbs without fully realizing. The Scorpio woman teaches a Libra man about deep vulnerability and passionate surrender. Libra men have historically enlightened women on the art of romance, but a Scorpio woman takes a Libra man to whole new depths of emotional and sensual expression. I have seen many Libra-Scorpio relationships. I find these relationships to be really strong and intense. But at the same time, these relationships can turn toxic if left unchecked. If a Scorpio refuses to reach the state of balance that a Libra requires in order to function happily, the Scorpio in this relationship can be a very big influence towards the downward spiral of the couple as a whole. So advice I can give for the Libras out there is to make sure that your Scorpio is on the same page as you. If your Scorpio is too stubborn, too difficult to deal with, completely unwilling to compromise and come to the table, you're likely going to find yourself stuck in a relationship where the balance and cooperation you're trying to achieve is just not there. What Libras often do wrong in this relationship is being too caught up with the more superficial things in life. The surface level things, focusing more on appearances, and just not going deep. Through this, a Libra will quickly lose a connection with a Scorpio. Because if a Scorpio senses that there's not much depth or there's not much interest to dive into the depths, the Scorpio is unable to form a romantic connection. So this pairing can be incredibly compatible, but this relationship will not work without a lot of self-awareness and work on behalf of each side. This is not a relationship that can easily remain strong without putting in conscious effort from both parties. So this is my video on the Scorpio-Libra relationship. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Are you a Scorpio or a Libra, and are you possibly in love with a Scorpio or a Libra, and what has the dynamic of the relationship been like? Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and check the links in the description to this video to see my socials and my website to see what I've been up to. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.